Imagine not being Leeds, not feeling this pain, not dancing through thunder, not walking through rain. Imagine not rising with fists in the air when the world turned its back and no one would care. We've lived in the ashes, we've drowned in defeat, but still we stand proud on our battered old feet. Imagine not loving with all that you are. Imagine not being Leeds.
We love you, Leeds, Leeds, Leeds.
We do love you, Leeds. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Imagine Not Being Leeds. I know what you're thinking. Why is he still wearing that top? He's had it on all weekend, and we're now at Monday night, and it stinks. Probably does a little bit. I can't take it off because I love it. But yeah. Right then, so into the video. We know it's been quiet, very quiet. We also know Leeds need fullback cover. They need a winger, maybe a 10, both, maybe someone who can do both, and a 9. The 9 we've been linked with has been Rodrigo Muniz throughout the summer. They were better early on. There's been a few others. But we know the 49ers moving silence. We know the 49ers will be looking at players. We'll have players on the list who we've not heard of. We've seen that in the transfer business so far. They're really shrewd business people, and they've got a lot of deals right so far. So anyone we linked with, I hold judgment. Anyone we sign, I hold back judgment until I've seen them play. And everyone we've signed so far, I'm happy with. But a new name I've been told from a very reliable source. But again, this doesn't mean we sign the player. It means he's on the list. He's a player I would assume you'll hear other YouTubers and articles come out in the next 24, 48 hours, because I believe we are 100% linked with this player and we will be going in for this player. Whether it becomes common knowledge, I don't know, but I would presume that will happen. Obviously, I can't reveal the source, but definitely on Leeds' list, and he's a name I haven't heard mentioned, not by any credible sources anyway, but the credible source who's told me this. Yeah, I do believe there's a lot of credence to that by who the person is. So, Orri Óskarsson, Icelandic international, really good pedigree international level, by the way. Plenty of goals for Iceland. Plays in La Liga for Real Sociedad. Their current number 9. Physical, good in the air, quick, 6'1". Good finisher. 20 years of age. Will turn 21 at the end of this month. Playing for playing senior football since a very young age. I will bring the article up when he's compared heavily to Erling Haaland. City were looking at signing him last season to be a backup to Haaland, which goes to show the level he is at and the potential high ceiling that he does possess. So people like that looking at him in the past, there's something in there, and he's had another good season. Not many goals in La Liga, but overall in the season, a lot of goals, a lot of minutes. So let's have a look at some bits and bobs on Orri Óskarsson. Share my screen. So when you look here, last season, so he only got 3 goals in 23 games in La Liga. But there must have been a crossover there because he come from FC Copenhagen. 5 goals in 6 there. In the Superliga. Copa del Rey, 5 games, no goals. But this is where it gets interesting. So UEFA Europa League, 9 games, 4 goals scored. Europa Conference League, 6 games, 2 goals scored. So there, 15 European games, 6 goals scored. And the UEFA Nations League, so for Iceland, he's got a really good record at international level. 8 games, 5 goals, 1 assist. Overall, in the 24-25 season, 57 games played. He's a 20-year-old, by the way. 19 goals, 1 assist. 20 GNA in 57. It's not a bad hit rate for a 20-year-old. Massive minutes. No injuries. His rating in La Liga is a 6.62, rated 57 out of 468 plays in that same position. Like I say, his La Liga stats in terms of GNA don't look great, but when you compile it over the full season, loads of minutes played, and a decent return for such a young lad. And obviously, Real Sociedad had signed him from FC Copenhagen. If you look at the season before, ranked 9th out of 265 in that forward line in that division, 7.03 rating. In the league, 10 goals, 4 assists in 27, so 16 GNA and 27. Danish Cup, 2 in 3. Champions League, 3 in 11. 41 matches played, 15 goals scored, 6 assists, 21 GNA in 41 games. Again, big minutes, for such a young lad. And then season before that, just coming through, decent again, 22 games, 6 goals, 2 assists. He's played for Iceland through all the youth levels, scoring goals at every age group. I'm just looking here on Wikipedia. Icelandic under-19s, 14 games, 12 goals. Who else do you remember having sort of numbers to that sort of level for a Nordic team? Haaland coming through the ranks at international level, banging them in for Norway. Like I say, under 16 level, 6 games, 8 goals. Under 15 level, 4 games, 7 goals. Under 16s, 6 games, 8 goals. Under 17s, 7, 1 goal. Under 19s, 14 games, 12 goals. Under 21s, no goals in 6 games. And he gets to the senior side, 7 goals in 16. Really, really good pedigree for such a young lad. Really, really excited by this one, guys. Really, really excited. It's a deal that, by all accounts, could happen. 100% could happen. The profile of the player excites me. Would it rule out a big name signing, a big transfer signing? Muniz, someone of that sort of level. Could we bring this guy in and Muniz? I'm not too sure. Let's just have a look if I can find out his value. Orri, Óskarsson. Market value 15 million euros. Whether that's right or not, what these are like, but on Transfermarkt is down as 15 million euros is his value. So well within our price range. Like I say, would he come to mix it with Pirro and Metcha? I would suggest so. Could he come and be our starting 9 if he's mixing it with them? 100%. Would he come if we're also still looking at Muniz and he's going to be, fighting for that shirt with maybe a Muniz, Metcha and Pirro? I'm not too sure. Would I be happy with this guy coming in as our main striker? Maybe not, even though he's an exciting one. But what I will say is, on this channel, I've already sort of bigged up Pirro, Metcha, and I've already stated in a previous video that I firmly believe that our best performing centre forward this season is already at the club. And that even, with Rodrigo Muniz coming out, I just back Pirro to do really well, getting in around 10 goals. I think Metcha can match that. So I think between Metcha and Pirro, I've seen enough in pre-season to suggest if they stay fit, they'll have enough. And I know there's a sort of a question mark against where we're going to get his goals from. The creative side of Leeds United, is it lacking? Potentially. But I back the wingers, the fullbacks to get up there and provide the necessary quality for whoever's playing up front to put the goals away. So this is what I'm excited by. I would love Leeds United to sort of put a bid in for this lad. And yeah, I'd also love us to go out there and sign a Muniz too. But this guy looks like he's got real pedigree throughout the age groups leading up to where he is today. And he started out very young, very, very young. His first senior appearance. So let's have a look at this here. I've got an old article from last year when he was linked with Man City, which is a really good read, actually. So it goes to show you. The next Erling Haaland, Man City, Icelandic wonder kid, Orri, Óskarsson. Seeing there next to Haaland, nice little living there, playing in Champions League. So obviously this was last year. Who is Manchester City target? Óskarsson. Now Leeds United target, Orri, Óskarsson. Born in Reykjavik, Óskarsson is a 19-year-old striker from Iceland. The youngster remarkably made his senior debut for local club Grotta just 11 days before his 14th birthday. So he will play men's football at 13, scoring 2 goals. After earning comparisons to Haaland due to his development at a young age, Óskarsson moved to Danish giants FC Copenhagen in 2000, but he waited that got a bit out because of age, obviously, but 2 years before making his professional debut. Óskarsson enjoyed a productive loan spell I am pronouncing that, you know me, netting 5 goals in 14 games, but he thrived on his return to Copenhagen this campaign. He's scored 5 goals in the first 6 Superliga games to earn interest from a host of top European clubs. Óskarsson's market value has soared from 800k to 5 million euros across the last year. Obviously, that's improved again to in and around 15 now. The Guardiola were tracking him, like I say, making his senior debut at 13 years of age. It's a bit mental, really. And obviously, he's impressed Guardiola when he seen him play against Man City as well, obviously last season. So that's just further enhanced the appeal across the big clubs in Europe. And Pep's a big admirer. So this is, like I say, it's an exciting one. Anyone is compared to Haaland, it's an exciting one, especially as a Leeds fan. Not that we're biased or anything. But this is a name I expect to come out in the coming days as public knowledge that we're looking at him. Like I said, the fee is doable. It's always a risk getting somebody unproven. He's playing in La Liga now, but hasn't cut it in La Liga in terms of, 3 goals in 23. But he's cut it in Europa League and Champions League. He's scored goals in those competitions. So, you can make your own mind up on that. But, he's 20-year-old. He's been playing men's football for a fair few years now, and he's definitely got potential. Leeds United needs someone for right here, right now. If you're asking me whether an Óskarsson, who may have massive sell-on value and stuff in the future and a really high ceiling, or a Mitrovic now, who maybe hasn't got that sell-on value, but for the next couple of years will score the goals keepers up, I'd have a Mitrovic. Maybe a Rodrigo Muniz. But there may be an upside in this where you look at the fact that he isn't going to cost you nowhere near what those 2 players will cost you in wages or in transfer fee, and the upside potential of a lot like this, the here and now isn't beyond him. Who knows how he'll adapt, but he score goals in Europe. So this guy has pedigree, and I think if you're putting him in the mix with a Pirlo and a Mecha, I think it's a deal we can get done. He'll look at them 2 and fancy his chances because he's got a lot of talent. You check him out on YouTube. Like I say, I know he's always favours the clips always favour to make him look good. I get that, but you can see what kind of player he is: strong, physical, quick, knows where the back of the net is, and like I say, he looks like a very confident player, and he will be playing men's football since he was 13. How many people can say that? So it's an exciting one, but I also think it's one that'll maybe worry the fan base if we are linked with this player, because all of a sudden, we've seen links to Dominic Calvert-Lewin, and he's got injuries where this lad hasn't, and he's late 20s, hasn't played much football DCL, but straight away you're thinking, oh, is he the main striker? I aren't too confident in that, which I'm assuming a lot of fans would think the same with this. We want to see a 35, 40 million pound player coming who we think is going to score 15 goals. Maybe this lad's that. But he isn't going to cost 40 million, But he has been touted as a bit of a wonder kid. And like I say, the Haaland tag, Pep Guardiola really likes him. It'd be interesting to see how this sort of develops in the next couple of days. Like I say, it's a decent, reliable source this has come from. I haven't seen any news on this. You can let me know if you've seen it already on any sites. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Have a little nosy at him first, and have a little search yourself, and then drop your comments in, and we'll see what happens on that one. But take care. Please stick a like on the video. Thank you so much for all the support. The vlog of the weekend in Dublin has done incredible numbers. You've so many likes, so many comments, which I'll get through and I'll interact with, and I'll be replying to them tonight. So many to keep on top of today. We're working and stuff, but yeah, what a great weekend. Your support's been incredible. Thank you so much, and keep your eye out on this one. I'm telling you. But yeah, take care, everyone, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.